Do you ever find your dog sniffing your crotch or your friend's crotch when they come to visit? Are you embarrassed by this behavior or simply curious why they do it? Or maybe you feel awkward when they lick their own crotch in public or wipe their butt on the carpet. We will go through all the embarrassing things your dog does and explain why they do them. When your dog sniffs your crotch or your friend's crotch, it's their way of saying hello or learning about your new friend. It's similar to shaking hands in the human world. But why the crotch area? Your crotch has apocrine glands that produce pheromones conveying a lot of information to your dog. Thanks to their incredible sense of smell, dogs can discern your age, sex, mood, health, and even sexual activity. They can even tell if a woman is pregnant or ovulating. Similarly, when your dog sniffs another dog's crotch, it's their way of greeting and gathering information. Although it might be uncomfortable for humans to witness, it's a normal behavior for dogs. They can even tell what kind of diet the other dog has just by sniffing their butt. Dogs also lick their own crotch, primarily to stay clean. In the wild, they didn't have baths, so licking off dirt became a natural habit. Without toilet paper, their tongue is the next best thing for staying clean. However, if the licking becomes excessive, it might signal an issue. Dogs with urinary tract infections, UTIs, or bacterial infections may lick themselves more frequently after urinating. Dogs wipe their butt on the ground or carpet because they have an itch or pain back there. Dragging their butt on the carpet or ground helps them scratch their itch. Remember the last itch you had and how good it felt when you scratched it? That's how dogs feel when they drag their butt on the carpet. Many things can cause an itch, but most of the time it's due to impacted or infected anal glands. Healthy, well-fed, and well-exercised dogs don't typically need their glands manually expressed. But some dogs may need this if their glands become blocked, overfilled, or infected. Another embarrassing behavior is humping. Dogs can hump each other or even objects, and this is natural for them. Humping isn't only about sexual activity. It can be used as play or as a way to establish dominance. So the stuffed toys you got your dog can get more action than you. Dogs can even choose to hump you or another human. Dogs can also embarrass you by peeing on other people. This happened to me once at a dog beach, and I wanted to hide under a rock. The victim said it happens to her all the time, which made me wonder what kind of scent she gives off that attracts dogs. This behavior is typically caused by territorial marking. Sorry, Rex, peeing on her doesn't mean you can take her home. Dogs can also poop at the most inappropriate times. One time, my dog decided to poop right in front of a parked car where a couple was making out. I hope they laughed and that their relationship lasted. I haven't experienced this personally, but I've seen my friend's dog poop while they were crossing the road. This can be stressful, as crosswalk times are short and you have to pick up the poop before cars come. Another of my least favorite behaviors is when dogs eat poop. Ew! Thankfully, my dog doesn't do this, but if yours does, it could mean they have nutritional deficiencies, stress, or are simply bored. Eating poop is self-soothing for dogs. While poop might stink to you, it can be an amazing smell to them. If you react by running to your dog when he's eating poop, they might view it as a game. In the wild, dogs ate their poop to clean up their environment, and this behavior is often seen in dog mothers who eat their puppy's poop to keep their den clean. Dogs can also roll around in poop. They might do this to camouflage their scent from predators or to mark their territory. Sometimes, dogs are simply attracted to unusual or new scents and do this just for fun. Dogs can kick up grass after pooping. They have scent glands in their paws and anal sacs that release pheromones when they scratch the ground. These pheromones last longer than the scent of feces or urine. They are marking their territory when they do this. If you've never had dirt or grass kicked in your face while trying to pick up their poop, consider yourself lucky. Dogs can also deliver a crotch punch. This is when an excited pup jumps on a stranger and hits them in the crotch. This can be more painful for males and should be controlled. They can also be very nosy about visitors' suitcases. Dogs will rummage through bags or suitcases out of curiosity. It's a new smell in the house. My dog always inspects new suitcases and even my own suitcase when I return from a trip to see what scents I've picked up. Dogs can embarrass you further by being afraid of certain ethnicities. They can display their dislike very visually and obviously. Most of the time, this is due to a lack of socialization or a past traumatic event involving a specific ethnicity. Not only does this embarrassment relate to certain ethnicities, but it also relates to certain individuals. Dogs can sense people who have had bad energy or bad intentions and don't care about acting polite in front of guests. They can pick up on your emotions toward a person and betray you by showing that individual how you really feel about them. Dogs won't always keep your secrets. Dogs can also embarrass you by barking at loud noises. It's their way of saying, "Hey, I hear you, but I own this place." My dog doesn't like loud clapping, making it hard to take him to sporting events or other gatherings where people applaud. Even when fully potty trained, dogs can embarrass you by peeing in the house if you bring another dog in. This behavior is often seen with two male dogs. Your dog is marking his house and letting the other dog know that this is his territory. Speaking of being fully potty trained, dogs can pee or poop on your new visitor's clothing. Usually, this is a sign that they don't like them and are trying to convey their feelings to you. While it might not necessarily mean the person is bad, as jealousy and other emotions can play a role, keep an eye on that individual. Instead of peeing or pooping, some dogs might choose to tear up the belongings of that individual. Dogs can also make your food their own if they haven't been properly trained or think you're not looking. Imagine you made an amazing food plate for a friend's party. Your phone rings in the other room, and when you return, the plate of food is empty and your dog looks as innocent as ever. Now you have to embarrass yourself and show up empty-handed to the party. Dogs can embarrass you by eating your underwear. Dogs find comfort in chewing on fabric that carries their owner's scent, and your underwear probably has the strongest smell of all your clothes. Many owners have had to uncomfortably tell their vet that their dog has eaten their underwear when their vet asks, "What did your dog swallow?" While on the subject of eating inappropriate things, dogs have been known to eat used tampons. Not only do they smell your scent from bodily fluids, but dogs are natural scavengers and are drawn to decaying materials and blood. This brings us to another thing they might eat: dead animals. Their scavenger personality comes naturally to them. Try to prevent your dog from doing this, as dead animals can carry diseases that can transfer to your dog. Another embarrassing situation is when you and your partner are trying to have some adult fun, and your dog either watches you with a judgmental eye or tries to partake in the fun. My dog firstly gives a heavy judgmental sign and removes himself from the room. When you have company over, your dog might fart so loud that people assume it's you. My dog doesn't fart often, but the one time he did and heard his own fart, he looked really confused about where the sound came from. He couldn't believe it came from his own butt. And if that's not embarrassing enough, sometimes their farts can smell terrible. It can be particularly embarrassing if you're proud of your dog's training progress. Sometimes, around other stimuli like people, your dog might seem to forget all his training. All the praise you give them about how quickly they learn new things makes you look like a liar. Commands need to be practiced in different environments to be fully ingrained in your dog. My dog could sit and stay no problem at home, but in puppy training class, he acts like he never heard the word sit. Dogs can also refuse to keep walking if they're tired, forcing you to carry them home embarrassingly. My neighbor likes to take his dog on long walks, but halfway, he ends up carrying the poodle back. All these embarrassing moments are still precious to me, and I would never dream about changing them. What is the most embarrassing thing your dog has done?